Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
Hey everyone, it's Megan with Alder and Nance, and today we are working on McCall's 7184, the archive collection circa 1958, and we are actually working on the kids version of this, and we are going to be using this beautiful blush toned lace that I got from Walmart in one of the 4-for-4 bundles, so it's 4 yards, and when I actually got it out, it was closer to 5 yards. So very surprised at how much fabric I actually got with this. And originally we were going to use the white fabric underneath, but it really just kind of makes it really bland. You can't really see anything. So I am going to talk to Ryan, which is my youngest daughter, about backing it with this black fabric that I have. That way you can actually really see this lace, because this lace is so pretty. I want it to be showcased. And for the blouse, we'll use the white fabric. Now, Ryan's birthday was this past week, so this is actually her birthday gift. We went through all of my patterns, and this is the one that she really wants me to make. And yes, she wants me to make this version for myself, but I don't have enough of this lace fabric in order to also make myself one. So we're not making the mommy and me dress this time. We might make that in the future. But let's flip this over and talk about the sizing. Ryan has a 22-inch chest, and that would put her in the 3 to 4 size range, but she is really tall. She just turned 9 years old, so I'm going to have to probably do her in the 5'6" and then lengthen it where she has enough length, actually, because it's going to be way too short if I do the 3'4" or even the 5'6". It's going to be way too short for her because she's tiny, but she's tall. So I'm going to have to go in and actually work on this and have it lengthened out where it fits her correctly, because I don't know if I want it to come above her knees or right at her knees. I think that might be a little too short for a 9-year-old to come above the knees like that. So I think I am going to make it a little bit longer, kind of like the mommy dress. And I'm going to definitely have to lengthen the bodice part of it for her. So that is what we're working on. And I am going to show you how I actually transfer the pattern tissue over onto my brown paper, and how I go about doing that, and then how I will go about lengthening the pattern to fit her correctly. All right, let's head over to my patterning table. Okay, so you saw me actually go ahead and lay out my pattern on the table, but I went ahead and brought it over because I need to actually iron this now. Because in order to actually get the true size, you need to make sure you iron all of your paper patterns out flat, otherwise it's not going to be true to the size. So that's what I'm going to do next, and I've just got my iron, and I am going to iron it down, and it's hard to do this one-handed, so I am only going to show you that part. But make sure you have no steam with your iron, otherwise you're going to ruin your tissue. And as soon as I am done with each pattern piece, transferring it over to my brown paper, I'm going to bring it back to my ironing board, and I will go ahead and fold it back as best I can so that it fits back inside the pattern envelope, and that way I can make all of my pattern adjustments that I need to make on my brown paper instead of this tissue paper. Okay, so I am actually really angry. I am having a hard time getting my pattern to actually transfer over. Everything keeps shifting. So I'm actually going to go ahead and cut this pattern because I don't think I am going to use the kids pattern again. So that's where we're at now. I'm just going to go ahead and cut this pattern out. Okay, so I now have Ryan's back length measurement, and on here, the size I'm doing, the back length is 10 to 10 and a half, and her back length is 11 inches. So I am going to extend these down half an inch on each one to lengthen the waist area of her dress. And then after I do that, I am going to measure this up against her to see if I need to actually come down here and lengthen it down here also. So we're going from there, and hopefully this will work. Still actually working on extending the waistline on Ryan's dress, and I just now found my two favorite rulers. I've been looking for them all over and I have not been able to find them, and I just found them while I was taking a short break to watch a little bit of Say Yes to the Dress. So now I am back to working on this now that I have my favorite rulers, and I no longer have to depend on some rulers I don't like. So all of my pieces are done now. I have lengthened the waistline on all of them. I even went in and remarked where the buttons are going to go. And I have measured it up against Ryan, and it is a really good length so far. So I think I did right by going ahead and just adding an inch to all of the different pattern pieces. So on the bodice shirt for her, I did just add a full inch at the waist here, because they do not have, like on the pinafore, it has 2 markings, so I did a half an inch on each one. For the bodice, there's only 1 marking for lengthening, so I just went ahead and added an inch, and then I trimmed off the sides, matched it up, so that will go and will work. So tomorrow I am going to start working on the bodice for her, and then as soon as I'm done with the bodice, I'll go ahead and move on over to working on the jumper, pinafore, whatever you want to call it, and we'll go from there. So I got busted, and Ryan is really wanting her dress in this fabric. So I'm actually going to make her 2 jumpers, one with this lace fabric on the black fabric, and then I'm also going to do this one. So I am heading to my washer to wash this real quick to make sure it doesn't have any extra shrinkage once we're actually done with everything and she wears it. And as you know, kids get dirty, so I need to make sure that this stuff washes in the same way that I would wash it. Okay, we are now on to day 2 of making the bodice for Ryan's birthday dress. Now, we are going to be working with 100% cotton that was thrifted by my husband, which was originally a sheet. I am going to go ahead and use my pins instead of my washer pattern weights, simply because the tissue pattern moves around so much on this cotton. So I want to make sure everything is completely secured down, and I don't want to risk it moving. I am going to go ahead and use my rotary cutter to cut out this pattern, simply because it's a lot quicker, and I'm trying to get this done as quickly as possible, even though that really didn't happen. It took me all day yesterday to actually make just the bodice of this. I am not going to actually clip into all of my notches on this. I'm here using tailor's tacks, and I get angry because it's not really working between the tissue paper and also with the cotton. I'm just really struggling trying to actually do these tailor's tacks. So I go grab my friction pin, and I'm going to mark everything with friction pin. I know I need to wash my hair. I know. And I am getting better about filming and making sure I am not in shots like this. So I apologize. I'm trying to get better at both filming and editing my videos. But I am going to go ahead and start marking all of my darts, and I'm sticking a pin through them and then using the friction pin to actually mark where they had the little notches for it. I am going to use my little blue ruler, and I am going to use that to actually go ahead and draw in all of my darts, so that way I'm able to go in here in a little bit and actually hand baste all of these, and you'll see how I baste here in just a little bit. But that is how I am marking my daughter's bodice for the back. Let me know if you like how I have been doing my videos here lately. That way I can continue trying to grow. Okay, let's go on to the next step. Okay, so I have gone ahead and pressed the back part of Ryan's little blouse, and I am so proud of the way this is coming out. It looks like it's going to be a really nice shirt for her. I mean, I did go ahead and serge, and I'm still learning how to serge, so please forgive me for that. I have a cat that is crying for some reason, but I am in love with the way this is coming out so far. So I am definitely going to want to keep the pattern for the blouse, especially because I really think Ryan is going to like this little white, and it's 100% cotton, and I'm in love with this. So I am going to work on the front, and we'll go from there. So I have done the sleeves and the side seam, which I need to do a little bit better pressing all the way around on this. But these are a lot harder than I thought they would be. I might actually have to go in and clip into those. I hadn't. I just serged the seams. And then I am going to go ahead and stay stitch the neckline, and then also gather the cuff of the sleeve. And then I'm going to have Ryan try it on. Okay, it is the evening. I have everything but hemming and doing the cuffs done and adding the buttons to the other side, but I do have all of my buttonholes done, and I did a really pretty stitch. I don't know if you can see that or not, how it is. My Eversewn Sparrow 30S has some really great stitches, and I saw this one and thought it might be neat to do because it came out really boxy, and I know it looks like it's not even through here, but it is. I just need to iron it a little bit better here in a little bit. The only issue I had is right here. I had a little pucker where it came in. I'm not going to bother trying to get that out. It will be below the pinafore, so I'm not even going to bother trying to pick that out. But I really think these buttonholes came out. The reason why they're dark is because I put some fray check in them so they don't fray. So that's why they're darker than the rest of the fabric. Otherwise, it's the same stitching as what's right here. And no, I probably don't need to do the top stitching along there, but I went ahead and did the top stitching for the collar. Made it a little bit easier, a little bit faster. So I have that. So I will be doing the hem and the cuffs of this tomorrow morning. Instead of doing it tonight, I'm going to go ahead and give the rest of this a break for now. I've done quite a bit, and I just hope that I'm able to get as much of this done by Friday morning so I can get this out Friday evening on Patreon, and y'all can all see it on Saturday evening over here on YouTube. Okay, so I am on day 3, and I went to fold up all of the bodice patterns, and apparently I have lost the collar piece. I have looked everywhere for it, so hopefully here soon I'll find it. I need to press out both this fabric and the lace fabric. I don't know if I can actually press that. That's polyester. I'll figure that out here in a minute. And start cutting on the actual dress parts. And I measured it up against Ryan, so actually before I actually start cutting, I need to add at least an inch to the bottom of the dress, simply because it's a little bit short. It's hitting right above her knees, and I kind of want it to hit right at her knees. That way I at least have enough room to actually do a hem on here for her. So that's what I'm going to start working on here in the next few minutes. I have edited most of day 2 already, and hopefully I find the collar piece for this. I can't find it anywhere, and it's really starting to bother me. And I found it. Yay, I was so worried that I had lost this. I haven't. I found it within 2 seconds of recording that video. Okay, so now I have all of my pattern pieces lengthened by 1 inch here. We did 1/2 inch here and another 1/2 inch here to lengthen the bodice part of the dress. I have the straps and also the facing pieces, and I need to look at to see how this closes and pick out that to go with both of the dresses. So I already have all of the fabric picked out. I have my pink lace for one, and then this fabric, which was a fabric that Ryan picked out several months ago when we were talking about doing a challenge of me making what Ryan wanted. Psst, don't tell her that this isn't the pattern that she wanted this fabric for. But these are the 2 dresses that she is wanting. So we have this pretty pink lace that I am going to be backing with a black cotton fabric to go underneath, and I really think this is going to be really pretty on her. I absolutely love it. But she is a bright little girl and she loves rainbow, so we will be going with this one also. She's got rainbow hair, so let's give her a bright colored dress to go along with it. So that's what I am doing now. Day 2 is completely edited and ready to go up. I really hope y'all enjoy the new editing style that I am doing. I'm trying a couple new things. So really, let me know if you like the way this video is edited. Okay, so after looking up what all I needed to make this, I do need a 7-inch zipper. I don't have short zippers. I have these really long beasts, and I have this pink one, and I think it'll be okay. It's not a perfect match, but I think it'll be okay with this blush pink fabric. But I have a perfect match for my hot pink zipper. And again, it's one of the really long ones. So I think that's going to look really good with that. And then I also need 2 more buttons and a hook and eye. So I'm going to take a look at my button jar in a little while and see which ones I have that will look good with both of these fabrics. I don't really want to use the white buttons, and the bodice, I no longer have the top 3 buttons. That's why on the bodice, the bottom 3 buttons are in just a regular white color. I have it that way because you're not going to see it behind either of these 2 dresses, but I have a fancier button for the top 3. So let's see how that works out, and we'll go from there. Okay, so I am a real sneaky mom. I am cutting out this firework dress first, just in case something goes wrong with this pattern. I want to be able to have the lace fabric better, and if something's wrong with this pattern, I don't want to waste that lace. This fabric was extremely cheap, and honestly, I just don't like it. I know Ryan loves it, and it is her dress, but I don't have enough of the fabric left on the bolt after this, and it was pre-washed. I just went ahead and put it back on the bolt for now. As you can see, it is on backwards because with this one, I went ahead and cut it from the wrong side. But let's see how this goes, because I've seen some pictures of the actual dress and I'm not sure I like the dress. I love the bodice. The bodice is absolutely gorgeous, but I'm not sure if I like the dress. I might end up doing a different pattern with the lace fabric. That's just what I'm kind of thinking. So if there ends up only being one dress in this video, that's the reason why. I won't have enough time to actually cut out a different pattern for her for the lace fabric, but I can at least make this one for her because I'm just not real sure I'm gonna like this pinafore on her. So let's see what this looks like. I do have enough of this fabric that I might actually be able to add a ruffle to the bottom of it. So let's see how this goes. I'm getting ready to do some thread marking because I've got some areas that I need to mark on here in different areas. So That's the back. Yeah, back. I did go ahead and clip into it right through here. I need to mark here, and then I've got these little itty bitty ones. So I've got a lot of thread marking that I need to do. So we're gonna go from there. It says a 5/8 hem, but I'm really thinking if I do a ruffle on the bottom, it might actually make this a little bit cuter. I'm just not real sure because I've seen pictures of it on other kids and I'm just not a fan of it. Oh, I went through all of that trouble to add an inch to the bottom of this only to have to take it off. I put my fabric on, or I put the pattern on the fabric going this way instead of going this way because it was, the dress pattern pieces were too wide to go one way, so I had to go another way, and it was still too long to go on it this way. So I don't know, that's why I'm thinking adding the ruffle to the bottom. I don't think it's going to be much of a ruffle, but I think adding a little ruffle to the bottom of this is going to be really cute. I'm not going to use this fabric. I've got another fabric that is the same green that I am going to cut out at least a 1-inch ruffle to go on the bottom of her dress. All right, let's see how this goes. So I have the front pieces over here now, and I have put in my black thread in both of my machines. So I am going to serge all of the side seams and everything on this because it's not a lined garment, so I'm going to have to do something. I need to read the instructions on how they say to finish it, but I am about to go ahead and I am going to go ahead and thread mark both this and this. I don't think I need to do any markings on this piece. Now, don't look like I need to do any markings. So I am going to go ahead and thread mark these buttonholes on both the front, well, on both sides of the front, plus whatever this is for. I don't remember what that's supposed to be for. I'll have to read. So let me go ahead and thread mark that real quick, and I'll get to sewing the side seams and figure out how I need to finish the seams on this dress. Okay, so I have gone in and I have read the instructions, and there is no finishing information within the McCall's pattern on how to finish the edges. When looking at the photos, I can see that this has been pressed open. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and press it open, and then I'm just going to go ahead and serge all of these seams, and then I'm going to move on to the back and insert the zipper. So about the instructions, I do like the fact that they're having us put the zipper in while it's still flat. Okay, so I have the front done, and oh, this is so wide. I love it. I just wish I could have done it a little bit longer. But on the inside, I have serged the front seams, and now I am getting ready to go ahead and grab the back piece and insert the zipper. But I'm going to read the instructions again because it did not have information on how to finish the seams. But that might have been up there from whenever I was doing this part. It might have said to finish all raw edges ahead of time. So I might have missed that. I'll let you know if that's what happened. Okay, so I have the back of the dress done now, and I have the zipper installed. You can't even see it. And it works really well. So I did do a lap zipper on it. I don't know if that's what the pattern called for. Wasn't really paying attention, but I knew I wanted to do a lap zipper. So now I need to put on the side seams, or the side back of the dress. Okay, so I have done the dress part. I still need to do the facing and the straps, and then the buttonholes and all that. But so far, I am really loving this. What do y'all guys think so far? Let me know down in the comments. Okay, so I made a boo-boo while I was sewing the straps for this. It's not this one, so it's this one. I made a boo-boo. Didn't mean to, but I'm gonna have to figure out if that's going to be showing or not, and we'll go from there. So I've got them placed on, and this is the strap. So whenever it comes up and over, it will not show. So I'll actually take a little bit of fray check and we'll make sure that doesn't fray. I know a button is going to be on there, but I really just don't want to go back and redo that. Okay, so I don't remember what the last part was that I shared with you, but I finished off with the straps, got those sewn in, I did the facing, added the buttonholes and my buttons, in which I've never seen that before, but I accidentally sewed through that button. I've never done that before. Didn't know my machine could do it, but I accidentally sewed through it. So, alright, so tomorrow I need to tack down the facing to the zipper on the back. I also need to go ahead and add my ruffle to the bottom to lengthen it because it is kind of short on Ryan. Now, I did have her try it on, and that is how much extra of the strap that I have. So, it's really long. The straps are really long. So, I am going to add the ruffle onto the bottom, and I think it's going to be less than about an inch, I guess, depending on how much of this fabric I have. Let's see. So, got this fabric. I am going to make a ruffle about an inch, maybe an inch and a half, and hem it and then gather it down to put it on the bottom of the skirt, and then it will be done. Now, I am not going to make this with the lace. I'm going to find another pattern to do the lace dress. So, it's out. I'm sorry. I was really excited about making it. I'm just not sure this is the correct pattern for that lace. I might make a full dress with it. I'm not sure yet, but we'll go from there, and I will see you tomorrow. Welcome back to day 4 of doing the finishing touches. Here, I actually went ahead and made 2-inch strips of fabric, put them together, serged the edges, and then I went ahead and hemmed all of it. It was so long. I didn't actually measure how long it was, but after I hemmed it, I went ahead and used my Madame Sew presser feet set and used the gathering foot from that set, and that made the gathering process so much easier. I didn't have to hand baste all of this to turn around and hand pull it to fit the bottom of the skirt. I only had maybe 2 or 3 extra inches of gathers to add to the bottom of Ryan's dress. So it made it so much easier. I didn't have to really think about anything. So after I gathered it, I went ahead and added it to the bottom of the dress, and then I topped down so the ruffles laid correctly. After all of that, I was done. I went ahead and took a couple of little cute shots of the dress, and in one of those shots I actually felt like it looked like it was a squid right here. And Ryan loved it, James loved it, Skylar loved it. It's not my favorite fabric, but Ryan loves it, and that's the most important thing.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to